what's up? How's it going? My name's Antonio, and today we're going to be talking about Insomniac's Spider-Man 2. Now, I don't know about you guys, but holy flip, am I excited for this game. Like, holy flippity flip, dude, am I excited for this game. From the gameplay trailer we got a few months back, maybe? It was probably like a month or two, to the story trailer we just recently got, I really only see things that I like. Kraven and Lizard being both antagonists in this game is really interesting to me. I don't know if I've ever read a story with them together, but it's definitely going to be an interesting dynamic. And adding Venom to that mix is super awesome. I mean, Kraven's Last Hunt is one of my favorite Spider-Man stories. I absolutely love it. Lizard is one of my favorite villains, and clearly I like Venom because I'm making this video. Now, on top of all of that, we're also getting a brand new black suit. Now, the black suit is my favorite alternate look for Spider-Man, or honestly, any character ever. I prefer this costume over literally any other look that any other character has, which is saying a lot. I mean, it's just like the best costume of all time. It's sleek, it's simple, it perfectly captures the exaggerated swagger of a white teen.
Just full of the exaggerated swagger of a black teen.
Man, I love this costume so much that its first appearance in Secret Wars issue 8 is literally my profile picture on this channel, so I really like this costume. And today I want to take a look at that costume and Venom's design, because I think that they both have really good features and a little bit of a middle ground of whether I like it or not. So we're going to talk about that, and we're going to see what Insomniac did right and what they did wrong. A quick disclaimer, I'm not going to be talking about the story or anything like that in this video. The game's not out yet, so I'm going to save my non-visual critiques for when the game is actually out, and maybe that'll be a video of its own.
Eyes, lungs, pancreas, so many snacks, so little time.
Venom. Venom logo. Venom teeth? Venom toes. Venom muscles. Venom toes. Now, I gotta be honest, I'm like really critical of Venom designs. I can either really love them and think that they're some of my favorite designs ever, or I despise them and think that they're incredibly ugly and should never have existed. Some things that immediately turn me off about a Venom design are, number one, toes, oh my god, and we're gonna get to that. Two, a logo that looks a little too weird, but specifically a logo that's too small. And him being too large, like in mass and muscle. Alright, I already mentioned them a bunch, let's just talk about them. Venom has toes in this game, and they're disgusting, and I hate them. Okay, why does he need toes? It's such a bad design choice that I see creators make all the time with Venom, and it's so ugly, man. Web of Shadows Venom has them, Movie Venom has them, Ultimate Venom has them. Who keeps giving him toes, man? It doesn't look good. Stop doing it. They just look too animalistic for me. I know that Venom is more of a monster and that it kind of makes sense for him to look more animalistic, but I don't care, okay? It's still ugly, and I still think it's a bad design choice. You don't agree with me? Take a look at this picture from the actual Venom movie. What, you enjoyed that? Little freak? Dude, they're disgusting. Especially when he's like all slimy looking, it's just really, it's just really gross. Well, since we're talking about his body, let's talk about what I meant by his size and why I think that Venom being too muscular is just off-putting. Now, don't get me wrong, this is a little bit inconsistent because Venom's build definitely varies. Sometimes he's the Hulk recolored, and other times he's just kind of a buffer dude. Now, I personally like a happy medium between those two, which is like an 8-foot tall guy who's muscular, but he's not overly muscular, you know? He kind of looks achievable if you wanted to get there. The reason I say this is because, like, Eddie Brock is jacked. Like, why does Venom need to have so much excess muscle that he doesn't already have? He's jacked. Dude, look at this man. Well, I guess except for Topher Grace Venom, but I'm gonna talk about why I don't like that design anyway. He's way too small. He looks smaller than Spider-Man in most scenes, dude. I don't know, is that just me? I always felt like he looked really small. And the logo is also just a little too thin and pathetic looking for me. I don't know, I wish he was just a little bit bigger. Something about his build in this game is almost reminiscent to me of the animated series Batman, with like the broader shoulders and muscular top. And he kind of like is a triangle where he gets narrower and has thinner legs. You're gonna hear me reference a lot of Disney Infinity Venom and Web of Shadows Venom, and that's just because of how similar these designs look to me. Weirdly enough, I actually think that Disney Infinity Venom is closer than Web of Shadows Venom, but maybe that's just me, man. I don't know, there's just something about these designs that looks incredibly synchronized. I mean, come on, they all look so similar. They even have the same toes. Okay, I'm sorry. I'll stop putting that image up on screen, I'm sorry. That picture is just like my anti-Venom toes propaganda, you know? Now let's tackle what I think, at least, and what I've seen is the biggest point of contention with this Venom design, and it's the logo. This logo is very different than the more casual Venom logo that we all know, but I actually really like it, and I think it services this design really well. I like that it has a messier look. To me, at least, when I look at this, it almost reminds me of like an ink blot. Does that make sense? Like, it looks messier and jagged, but loose and fluid, as if it is part of a living organism trying to recreate a shape. Another thing that I like about this logo is that it wraps it around his shoulders, which is always a design choice that I liked in Venom designs. And again, these designs do that also, and I like those designs. So, also don't misconstrue my words here. I do prefer a cleaner logo, but I just think that, and for this specific design, it works well enough. And I like how it looks overall. You know, I don't really have any complaints with this. I also really appreciate his face. It kind of has a little bit of a stumpier neck, looking a little bit like Big Ed, but it's fine. I think it helps him look really muscular without having to actually make him, again, Hulk size. And I like the teeth, man. They look so gnarly. And the tongue, I like that it doesn't look like that he's gonna be a snake, okay? A lot of times, people make Venom look like a snake with his tongue all wiggly, and I don't like it. Stop doing that, he's not a snake. I'm fine with him having a long tongue, and sometimes it looks really cool and interesting and dynamic, but he doesn't have to have it out all the time. Then it just looks weird to me. I don't know, that might be my hottest take in this whole video, that Venom with a tongue out all the time just looks really weird. Overall, I'd give this Venom design 9 Venom toes out of 10. Now let's move on. Sorry, that's the last time. Alright, let's move on to Symbiote Spidey.
He got away from us. It's good, Pete. I saved the tracker. Let's go, man, before he gets too far.
No. He's mine.
Oh boy, am I excited for this part of the video. I love this costume. It is my favorite costume ever of all time. It's beautiful. It's perfection. It's crazy to me that the guy who designed it only got a few $100s. I mean, technically it did have a red logo and eyes, but still, man, what a beautiful design. I really hope he got better pay in the future. Let me just say right off the bat, I do like the suit in this game. I love it. In fact, I love it so much, I went out and bought this action figure. That's how much I loved that costume, that I was like, I need some sort of physical representation of this suit. Ever since the first teaser at the end of the first game that we were ever gonna get the symbiote suit, I was excited as hell. Now again, once it got revealed, I loved it. But we gotta break down why I loved it, because apparently loving it is kind of an unpopular opinion. Let's talk about what people didn't like and why I disagree. Right off the bat, let's tackle one of the main criticisms that I hear, and it's that the suit looks slimy texture-wise. It looks wet and alien, and that's bad because the symbiote suit, for anyone who doesn't know, is supposed to look like cloth at the beginning, because Peter is supposed to be under the impression that it's just some sort of costume. And I understand this criticism because, you know, that is what happens in the comics or whatever, and it makes sort of sense, but then it doesn't make sense when he's doing stuff like this.
You have no idea. Spider-Man! This whole lizard hunt! Leave Connors alone!
And you understand that he's fully capable of understanding that this suit is alive to some degree. And he doesn't just understand that it's alive, he's doing this like out in public. So he's clearly not trying to fool anyone else by convincing them that it's cloth. He does not care, okay? So we can throw that out. I know that's kind of a story related reason, and I said I wasn't gonna talk about story, but it's incorporated into the suit, so I had to mention it. Besides just like the wet texture and stuff like that, let's also talk about the paneling. This suit does have armored paneling, and I know, all those people that are like, the MCU over-designs their costumes, are probably screaming their heads off. But you know what, man? it doesn't look that bad, okay? You guys are overreacting. This costume is great. I mean, up close it looks a little bit weird, but it's trying to like do its own version of the advanced suit, which I kind of appreciate. And from afar or from certain lighting, you can't even tell. It looks just like the normal suit. So who cares? It doesn't matter. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know, man. Personally, I don't mind it that much. I guess I can understand why some people would, but I don't think it's as big of a deal as some people make it out to be. Just get over it. It's a beautiful suit. Especially when you look at like the Hot Toys version of this suit. My god, is it beautiful. Especially with those web wings. Chef's kiss, dude. The sleekness of this suit almost reminds me of like that test suit that they almost used for Spider-Man 3, which they should have used. I don't care why they didn't use it. It's a beautiful suit and they should have used it, god damn it. I'm not gonna lie, I do actually really love the one we actually ended up getting. I know that it's just a recolor with some minor adjustments to the logo and stuff, but it goes insanely hard and I love it. Side note, I love the lenses on the black suit for some reason. They're a different tint than the normal ones, and I think it really helps the suit look different even though it's kind of not. Now my favorite aspects about this suit have got to be the classic looking logo and the eyes that are ripped straight off of the cover of Secret Wars issue 8. I mean, this is like a direct one-to-one adaptation eyes-wise. If anything, I would have preferred a little bit more curve at the top. Here's an example of what I mean. But I still love these. I mean, they're beautiful. These are like my ideal lenses for this suit. Another side note, I actually like bigger eyes on Spider-Man suits, like McFarlane, Bagley, stuff like that. I do appreciate those and I think they look really neat. But on the black suit, they never worked for me. The black suit having giant eyes, not for me, dude. Makes them look a little too like friendly and cutesy, and that's just not the vibe that I think the suit should have. Although really squinty ones like the one from Web of Shadows also don't work for me. They need that balance, and I think that this suit hits that balance. Sorry, Web of Shadows. I mean, you know I love you, but I just don't like your eyes. An aspect of this suit I am very split on though are the wrist like web shooters. Now a lot of black suit designs have these and I actually really like them. I think it's a nice way to break up some color. But this suit kind of takes a different approach to that and has like arrows on his arm. I don't think it's the best look personally. I think it's a little awkward looking. I understand that it's trying to replicate the advanced suit like I said earlier, but I thought the advanced suit also had like a square right here that they could have just traced and turned white. Not a biggest fan of this change. But that could just be the purist in me, just wanting to see an adaptation of those. So don't take that one to heart. It's not that big of a deal. Again, from afar, it doesn't matter. I already mentioned him understanding that it's an alien and like doing symbiote stuff with it, but my god, is it gnarly to see that in action. I know this isn't technically part of the suit, but it's connected to the suit since the suit and symbiote are the same and he's doing all the stuff with the symbiote. So I'm gonna talk about it, okay? What are you gonna do? Sue me? But it looks awesome, man. I'm so excited to see this and hopefully get to play it. It looks amazing. Although I will say that I hope that we get actual tendrils from the back because this Hot Toys figure has these metal arms that are gonna be on the classic version of the suit too. And I don't think it looks that good. So I'm hoping that this is just like outdated concept art maybe? All right, enough rambling. I would give this design an 8.5 out of 10 bells. Alright guys, we've had some goops, we've had some fun, we've looked at some awesome designs, we've looked at some toes, and I hope you've had a good time. I clearly like talking about Spider-Man. I really enjoy it, and my next video, the Spider-Man Lotus video, is going to be really awesome, so stay tuned for that. If you don't want to miss that video, subscribe, turn on notifications, like this video if you want to help me out. That helps me out, you know, on getting on like people's For You page, and you know, do all that stuff. Social medias are in the description, so if you want to go check those out, you can. Alright guys, stay safe, stay cool, and I'll see you all next time. Peace.